overthinking 10x चल रही है. I remember feeling helpless, shortness of breath, my heart is racing. अगर मेरी जॉब नहीं लगी तो क्या होगा, वीडियो अच्छा नहीं बना तो क्या होगा, I will be called a failure, people will not like me, I will become homeless. Like my brain was stuck in what if mode and I was considering all worst case scenarios at once, just going into this mode of just giving up control. Instead of actually focusing on the problem and what I could do to control it, I was overthinking my anxiety and I wasn't aware back then कि ये anxiety है. So my main intent of shooting this video is to make you aware, and I want to share this 4-step framework that has helped me massively contextualize anxiety better, and I wish the same for you. So let's get started. So last year, there was a period where I was struggling to find work that meant something to me, that was meaningful, and was constantly creating anxiety inside me. I remember feeling helpless, and at the end of it, each time I was so tired, and I used to just like do something that could just distract me for the moment. It led me to read up on anxiety. Now I finally understand. Anxiety in itself villain nahi hai. Actually, anxiety, if you Google it up, is an emotion. Is the feeling of fear or worry, any event, any important presentation. It's very normal to feel. Getting anxious, in fact, is a sign that you're doing something that matters to you. But it becomes harmful when you lose control. Now I realize I was actually anxious because of my anxiety. I didn't want to feel anxious. Just by labeling what I was experiencing and why I was experiencing it led me to the first insight, which is acceptance. You need to accept that you're anxious and it's fine. Nobody is anxious for no reason. Anxiety is just an alarm that your body raises when it sees a threat, perceived or otherwise. उसको फर्क नहीं पड़ता है कि किसी ने आपके ऊपर गन तान रखी है या आपका कोई important presentation है कल. Just a signal that you need to prepare more, you need to act in a manner जिससे आपका ये fear कम हो. The tricky part is when we are anxious, our logical brain is shut off. And what is in control is this almond-shaped region in our brain which is called the amygdala or the fear center. उसका एक ही पर्पस है लाइफ में कि वो आपको फियर फील कराए किसी भी थ्रेट से जो आपके आजू बाजू है. तो आप केपेबल ही नहीं हो कि आप लॉजिकली सोच पाओ. सो इस समय एक्शन लेना या कोई भी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना इज आउट ऑफ योर कैपेसिटी, विच मेक्स इट वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू रिकग्नाइज कि आप कब एंग्शियस हो. विच ब्रिंग्स मी टू द सेकेंड स्टेप, विच इज रिकग्निशन. एंड रिकग्निशन से मेरा बेसिक मतलब ये है कि देर आर फिजिकल, इमोशनल एंड मेंटल signs that your body gives whenever it's experiencing anxiety and it's in stress. Basically आपका fear center चाहता है कि आप alert हो जाओ और आपको जो भी दिक्कत या परेशानी आए आपके आसपास आप उसको flee कर पाओ. Your fear center just wants you to be safe and ये हम पे backfire करता है. Instead of actually recognizing that anxiety is just an alarm, we make this mistake of thinking that anxiety is the problem, and our brain sort of makes this habit loop of you getting anxious because of some problem that is scaring you, brain thinking that anxiety is a problem. We try to stop it, and that makes us feel more anxious and giving up control and getting paralyzed. And this is what is called the anxiety spiral. And that brings me to the third step, which is interrupting your anxiety. Whenever you recognize a symptom of anxiety, before it spirals into an endless loop. तो एंड इंटरप्शन से मेरा ये मतलब नहीं है कि आपको अपने आप को डिस्ट्रैक्ट करना है. इंटरप्शन से मेरा ये मतलब है कि यू हैव टू इंटरप्ट योर थिंकिंग. Why interrupting your thinking and using your body is very important. There is a third region of your brain called the default mode network. What's very interesting about the DMN is this is the region which is responsible for creative thinking. So, if your PFC is in control, then your default mode network is looking for creative solutions. But if your fear center is active, this will cause you to come up with scenarios that are threat inducing because that's what your amygdala is looking for. The default mode network collaborates with the fear center and it comes up with worst case scenarios. This is the region of your brain which is causing this anxiety to get worse. This is increasing your spiral of thoughts and you're going deep and deep into negativity. And that makes a solid case to interrupt your brain and use your body instead whenever you're anxious. To give the signal to your fear center that we are not in danger anymore, bro. You can relax. And the perfect way is to go on a walk. There are three important things that are happening when you change your physical state, especially on a walk outside. One, all your senses get activated, which activates your parasympathetic nervous system and deactivates your amygdala, which is your fear center. When you move, you get this fresh flow of oxygen, and your anxious mind is flooded with hormones like endorphins and serotonin, making you feel calmer instantly. And lastly, your logical thinking brain is active again, allowing you to actually get into solution mode and use your brain creatively towards solutions rather than constructing more problems for you. Frankly, I can attest to this fact because when I was sitting and trying to shoot this video, I won't lie, I was getting anxious as to how I will complete this video. But just by taking a quick walk, here we are. So, the quick recap is accept that anxiety is normal and it's not a villain. Start noticing and observing what is making you anxious. As soon as you recognize a symptom, label your anxiety and talk back to it. Interrupt your anxiety. Well, this has been my experience. And मैंने बहुत सारा time waste किया obsessing over the symptom rather than coming up with any solutions. But understanding my anxiety better has profoundly helped me. I just hope I've been able to do the same for you. ऐसा नहीं है कि अब मैं anxious नहीं होती हूँ. तो इट इज़ अ जर्नी. सो प्लीज़ शेयर इन द कमेंट्स बिलो कि वो क्या एक्टिविटीज़ हैं जो आपको हेल्प करती हैं आपकी एंग्जाइटी को टैकल करने में. If this video was helpful, then share it with one person that might find it useful. Till then, take lots of care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.